Hello, and welcome to English 319 Document Design. I'm Dr. Tyrrell. I'll be your instructor this semester, and the purpose of this video is to walk through the course website, which contains information about course policies, assignments, and due dates. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, this is the course website, and you should have received an email from me with a link to it. I'm going to go ahead and put its URL up here on the screen just in case. You are going to want some quick way to get to our course website. So you either want to bookmark it or you want to hang on to the email I sent you with the link. However you choose to do it, you just want some easy way to get to our course website because the whole course flows through it, so we refer to it a lot. We want to look at some of the website's consistent features. So we've got the navigation tabs up here at the top, and those will be there on every page. Also on every page will be this sidebar information. So we've got course information. This is, of course, document design. It's English 319, Section 2. We meet in Morton 204 on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:45. It also has instructor information, and this is good if you need to get in contact with me or if you want to visit office hours. So it's got my name, Dr. Jeremy Tyrrell. We've got my email address there. My office is Morton 161, which is just downstairs from where we meet for class. And my office hours are right before class. They're Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 3, and by appointment if that doesn't work with your schedule. I can also be contacted by email, so that's an option as well. So the first page we'll look at is this home page, and this is the one that greets you whenever you come to our website. And it's where I'll post news updates and things you should know. So right now all we have is this welcome message, but as the course goes on, I will be adding other updates, so you want to make sure you keep tabs on this home page. So the next page we want to look at is the syllabus page, and that's where I articulate the course policies. So this course information section is basically reflected in the sidebar, so we don't need to go over that again. We do want to look at this course overview section, however. Students in this course will explore principles of document design through critical analysis and practical application. Students will generate multiple print and electronic documents, both independently and in groups, through iterative drafting and revision cycles that incorporate usability feedback. Course readings will examine professional design theory and practice. All class members are expected to treat each other with appropriate courtesy and decorum, and all coursework is expected to be completed in a thorough, timely fashion. All students must read and understand the policies articulated in this syllabus and sign the course contract in order to remain in the class. So the course contract, this is a link here. It is a document that you'll print out and sign, and it indicates that you understand the course policies and are willing to abide by them. So the course learning outcomes: to complete this course successfully, students should demonstrate the ability to understand and apply core principles of document design to a variety of print and electronic documents, to discern and analyze the cultural and ethical contexts of design decisions, and to be able to make informed design decisions based upon those factors, to comprehend the histories and theories behind effective design and visual rhetoric as understood by a wide variety of aesthetic schools, and to write about design choices by situating writing within thoughtfully defined situations. And we've got two required texts. They are Document Design, a Guide for Technical Communicators by Miles Kimball and Ann Hawkins. That looks like this. That is in our UNCW bookstore, but you can get it wherever you want. Our other book is DIY, Design It Yourself by Ellen Lupton. That looks like this. Again, it's in our bookstore, but you can get it wherever you want. And there will also be online readings provided on the course website, usually in PDF format. Okay, so moving on to course policies here, we have some technology expectations. So I expect students to have the ability to interact with the course website, access to word processing, visual design, and web design software. You've got that here in our classroom. There are some other places on campus, but it's guaranteed to be here. A suitable email account checked regularly for course-related business, and a flash drive or other means to back up coursework. Routine work with technology is a component of this class. Students need not be technological experts to succeed in this course, but digital technology interaction is integral, and computer problems are not valid excuses for incomplete work. Practice the core principle of digital data work, redundant backup. Digital technology will fail. Students should be prepared for that eventuality. All that's saying is make sure you back up your files, save all your stuff. Digital technology will fail, so you want to make sure you don't lose information. Personal technology devices in the classroom here. Students may use laptops, cell phones, and other digital devices during class, provided that they do not disrupt other students' learning or the instructor's classroom management. This is not a trick. So you can use your stuff provided that you're not disrupting other students or me. As the policy states, this course is situated in an increasingly connected multimedia environment. Each student is responsible for his or her own engagement with class meetings, and thus his or her resultant success or failure. The availability of online material. Because of the nature of the course, some material students post to this website will be publicly accessible on the web. A student's grades and personal information never will be shared publicly. Additionally, any material posted to the course website may be used anonymously for teaching or published research purposes. Production. Some work created for this course will require production capabilities beyond that of standard campus laser printers, such as color and large format printing. Students will be responsible for securing appropriate resources either on or off campus for such work. What that means is for some of the assignments, we'll be producing tangible things, and you'll need to find somewhere that can reproduce these things. And our campus laser printers may not be able to do it. So like a large poster or a t-shirt, they couldn't print that off. But our campus print shop could, or FedEx Office, which is what used to be Kinko's, could. So we'll talk about this as the need arises. But the gist of it is you may need to be able to produce some stuff, and you need to think about where can I do that. And it may not just be, in a computer lab or something like that. Attendance and punctuality. Because this is a workshop and discussion-driven class attendance is crucial. Roll is taken shortly after class begins. If a student is not present when roll is taken, he or she will be counted absent. I just pass around a sheet and you sign up. If there are extraordinary circumstances that will prevent a student from attending class, he or she must contact the instructor beforehand. There's no separate attendance component of the course grade, but any student that misses more than 4 class meetings without clearance from the instructor will fail the course automatically. So that's more than 2 weeks. If you know you're going to be out, just let me know beforehand and we'll work it out. Additionally, any work missed because of an absence cannot be made up. This includes project assignments. The class abides by the maxim that all members of the class should show respect to one another by meeting at designated times and places prepared to work. Okay, so late work is not accepted. Statement on academic integrity. All UNCW community members are expected to adhere to the guidelines set forth in the UNCW Student Academic Honor Code. Students are expected to produce original work in this course. Collaboration and incorporation of external material and ideas into original work is, of course, acceptable and necessary, but all writers are ethically obliged to document external sources through appropriate citation practices. We'll even be doing stuff where we'll be building on Creative Commons work, so we will be utilizing other work. That's not the issue, but we want to be really conscientious about avoiding plagiarism and making attribution where it's appropriate. It's not just a scholarly practice, it's also a legal practice, and we're going to be talking about that. So the big thing is we're going to be looking at precisely these issues, but you don't want to do anything that would be considered plagiarism, and we're going to clarify that throughout the course of the semester. Students who are uncertain if some element of their work constitutes plagiarism or another honor code violation should speak with the instructor. The point of any class is to educate, not to punish. Nevertheless, the consequences of honor code violations are appropriately dire. Please consult the UNCW Code of Student Life for more information. Okay, statement on services for students with disabilities. The university will make every effort to accommodate students with disabilities. Students requiring accommodation should contact the Disability Resource Center, as the instructor can take no action without their guidance. Do this as soon as possible, as accommodations cannot be made retroactively. So we'll do everything that's required. You just have to let us know at the beginning, and that's the Disability Resource Center, and then they'll contact me. I can't do anything on my own. Statement regarding violence and harassment. UNCW practices a zero tolerance policy for any kind of violent or harassing behavior. Students experiencing an emergency of this type should contact the police at 911 or UNCW CARE at 962-2273. Resources for individuals concerned with a violent or harassing situation can be located at the UNCW Crisis Resources page. And then the statement on religious observance. In accordance with North Carolina State Law 2010-211, students are entitled to 2 excused absences for religious observance per academic year. Students must inform the instructor in writing the first week of class if they will miss any classes due to religious observance. Additionally, students should inform the registrar the first week of class, who will then coordinate with the corresponding course instructors. Any absence for religious purposes will be considered unexcused unless a student submits the request in writing the first week to the instructor or registrar. So you are guaranteed these by state law. You just have to let the appropriate entities know at the beginning of the semester. You can't just sort of do it halfway through. So just be aware of that. Okay, moving on to course grading issues. So grade disbursement. Each student will have secure, anonymous access to his or her grades online. Unless otherwise notified, students will receive all grades through this channel. And we'll talk about this more later in the class, but basically you'll be able to access your grades online unless you don't want to. Okay, so now turning to grade components, there are 5 components in your course grade. We've got engagement assignments, and we'll talk about those in a second. Those are 10% of your overall grade. We've got reading quizzes, which we'll also discuss. Those are 15% of your overall grade. And then you've got your 3 main projects, the Publics project, the Digital Presence project, and the Independent Design project. We won't talk about those till later in the semester. There's information here on the course website, but we'll discuss them as we go. So all projects, these 3 main projects, will go through drafting and revision processes before they are turned in for a grade. In order to reflect the conditions of a professional environment, projects have hard deadlines and no makeup or second chance opportunities will be available. The instructor will provide extensive comments on project drafts and discuss them with students. There will be very few or no comments on returned final versions. This is because the primary purpose of feedback is to improve student work rather than to explain why it earned a particular grade. Students are always welcome to visit office hours to discuss work at any stage, including after it has been graded. So the gist of this is that you'll get comments and feedback as we're developing these projects. Once they're completed, you'll get comparatively few comments because at that point, it's not really helping you improve. It's just sort of rationalizing why you got a grade, and that's less helpful. So you'll get plenty of development as we go, but then on final versions, you'll mostly just get your grade. Okay, so turning now to engagement assignments. Let me scroll that up. So engagement assignments, and those are one of the 5 components of your overall grade. Those include all the work necessary for the progress of the course, such as in-class activities, out-of-class short assignments, blog posts, comments, etc. Most of these assignments are worth 1 or 2 points each. The final engagement assignment grade is a cumulative score based upon how many points a student gained against how many were possible for the semester. So these are just little assignments that are things we need to do daily in order to keep the class going, and they do add up to be important. Reading quizzes. Reading quizzes are short in-class quizzes over assigned readings that assess students' mastery of course reading material and associated concepts. Quizzes are online and consist of multiple choice and short answer questions. So after most readings, we'll take these short reading quizzes, we'll do them in class on computer, and then we'll go over the answers just then and there. And then lastly, final course grades. This course uses the plus-minus grading system on final grade reports. The breakdown is as follows, and then that's just the standard UNCW plus-minus grading system. So those are all of our course policies articulated here in the syllabus. And as I mentioned, you will be signing a course contract that indicates that you are familiar with those policies and you are willing to abide by them during this course. Okay, so the next page we want to look at on the course website is the projects page. And you can see it lists and links our 3 main projects. They're the Publics project, the Digital Presence project, and the Independent Design project. We're not going to go into these individually in too much detail, but you can see, for example, here on the Publics project, it provides a summary of the project itself, breakdown of deliverables or what you turn in, and then links to some resources that'll help during the course of the project. We're going to be looking at these through the course of the semester, so we're not going to dive into them now because you won't have any context and it just won't make a lot of sense. But the information is posted here, and it is available anytime you want to look at it. Okay, and now the final page we want to look at on the course website is the calendar page. And this is the one you're probably going to be using most because it tracks everything that's going on a day-to-day basis. And you can see the entire calendar is posted here up until the end of the semester. Now, as it says at the top, this course calendar is subject to change throughout the semester. So we may have to make some revisions as we go along. That's perfectly normal. But it is put out there right now from the first class to the last class. And you can kind of see how the calendar works. We've got 3 columns. We've got the date, what's due on that day, and then what's going on in class. So on the first day, Tuesday the 14th, nothing is due, obviously. And then in class, we're doing an introduction, and we have the personal introductions post, which is linked there. For the next period, the 16th, you can see we've got a few things due on that day. You need to watch this introductory video. You need to have completed the course contract, and you'll turn that into me. You need to read our DIY book, pages 15 through 30, and I have linked it there in case you're unable to get the book before Thursday. And you're going to need to look through the Publix project information. And then in class on Thursday, we're going to have our first reading quiz. We're going to discuss DIY pages 15 through 30. That reading quiz will pertain to those. We're going to introduce the Publix project, and then we're going to discuss the aesthetic manifesto analysis, which is a component of the Publix project. So that's basically how the calendar functions. You can see how it works through the 3 columns. It tells you everything that's going to be due and everything that's going to be going on in class. If you have to miss a class, you can use this calendar to let you know what's happening and to help catch up. So those are the major components of the course website: the calendar, the projects page, the syllabus, and the home page. As I mentioned, the course flows through this website, so we'll be using it quite a bit. Okay, so that is the course website. Your next step is to go to the website yourself and look through the sections: the home page, the projects page, and the calendar page. On the calendar page, you'll find a link to the course contract. You're going to want to print that out and sign it and bring it in. It is an engagement assignment grade, and it signifies that you are comfortable with the course policies, that you know how to use the course website, and that you're ready to go. All right, well, that's it. Welcome again to English 319 Document Design. I'm excited to start. I hope you are too. I hope you find the class challenging and rewarding. If you need to get in touch with me, you can always email me through my address that's on the course website, or you can come talk to me during office hours. All right, thanks a lot. I'll see you soon.